So my idea was based on the emotional way of living vertigo. I thought of then when you experience vertigo, you're emotionally overwhelmed or triggered by the place you are in. And I first came up with the idea of some kind of hallway. That's my my main context from which I designed. And as you go through the hallway, you get you experience some emotions that are not usually there when you should go through a hallway in this case. I thought of several emotions. The shock value when you suddenly enter a big light open space that overwhelms you, or just a more gentle approach where you get overwhelmed by the large view you have, the openness. And this is one of the ideas, and it was combined with let's see where it is. This one, we should have the feeling of paranoia where three hallways are underneath each other and you can look all around and you have the idea that you were watched. I combined this one with the openness of the view, and last time I came up with this one, and the idea was pretty much the same, but I was missing context, and so I went looking for a place where my idea could be made, and I thought of the City Hall of Den Haag, where you have two large columns which are only connected by this part, and on the other side it's the same. But my hallway could be placed on one of the upper floors between two sections. And the nice thing about it is that you got lots of light from the roof coming in, so that creates the open feeling that's already there in the building. And it has a height is there, so when you make my hallway there, I think the idea should be possible.
So it is suspended, you mean?
Suspended, this?
Yeah. Or where is it? Where do you put the structure?
Where I put it between these two areas. It's a bit abstract part of a visualization of the one of the floors of the city hall. So you should see that this side is this side, and the opposite is over there. So the hallway could be placed between them. Some of the floor had to be modified because I wanted to have a kind of entrance of my hall. So this side should be made closed, so they can't look through. So when you go around the corner, you're suddenly overwhelmed by the idea of the openness of the hallway. And when you go to the end, it doesn't matter anymore. So the ways to enter my hallway are this way, so then take the right corner or on the other side. And these two parts, was more the visualization of the other idea when you get the view-like aspect of it, so you can look through and enjoy the atmosphere that's getting to you. Well, that's about it. The only thing I didn't get into was more of the details. I wanted to make some kind of color pattern that towards the hallway, which could influence your emotion or your flow. If you got smooth shapes that are not harsh or hostile, and you suddenly go into the open environment where the shapes are sharp and hostile, so that would got you work more on your emotions. But I didn't get to that. But that's my idea.
Any reactions?
The hallway should be up like 10 floors up or something. That's so you're...
Yeah, so 1 or 2 floors down from the ceiling. So you still got the lights that come in, but it's not completely at the top, and then that would counter react with the openness.
This reminds me, I once went to a museum. They also have similar concept. So there's a bridge high in the sky, I think like 13 floors, and it's glass floor. So when you stand on it, you feel a bit scary, but also exciting. So when I see this, that immediately reminds me that. And that one got quite some criticized because for the elderlies, for the low mothers, they wouldn't like their children to go there. But for younger people, it's like, yes, let's go.
Yeah, it's like a real thrill.
Yes.
Yeah, I found my experience when I visited the Eiffel Tower. When you go up with the elevator, the floor is kind of see-through, which only mesh plating. But you still, when it goes up, you see the ground disappearing. It's really scary. So that's where I got my idea from. But yeah, it's nice to see that it's already.
But it's a bit different because in that they create a tower, so you can see yourself is going up instead of this dramatic experience if you go there. So you see that already, and then you know you're going there. So I think this is a bit more like, I can feel the conflict between the closed one and the openness, and maybe you can bring it more to like the hallway. They maybe not have the exhibition there, but with this one can bring some attractions because that one is already in the museum. So it's more or less like the architect just play with the space because the exhibition is the main thing. But this can be the main thing in that hallway.
Okay.
I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah. It is clear, but I made a more abstract version of the floor because I didn't have the time to make a very detailed model of it. But it gets the idea.
Yeah. I think it's in a nice context that in like a city hallway, which is
it's a really nice
waiting,
from
and then you can get something new.
Do you think if people enter the building, they enter it in the hallway downstairs, right? So they can see, if they look up, they can see your password. Do you think that influence your? Well,
I thought of that, but I think they can see it and they recognize it as a hallway, but they can't imagine what happens when you enter it. It's never the same. It's like standing down on the Eiffel Tower, seeing it and knowing it's high, but you never know how it's going to be up there. You know?
Yeah, of course.
And when you enter the building, you forget the hallway and stuff. So and the extra part of not knowing that the hallway is there is the closure of it. So you enter it suddenly, you're reminded of it. Oh, this is the hallway. Oh, the shock effect still happens. So I don't think that's a problem.
So you want to keep these hallways quite dark too, I think. So when you come around the corner, there's suddenly all the light.
Yeah.
Great.